Hi everybody, it's me again. This is Carol with Refunction Crafts, and today we're going to do an altered birdhouse. And this birdhouse, actually my husband made this one in his garage. And he made it based on this one. I got a few of these from my friend Sherry, and she sent them to me in Happy Mail. And I loved them so much, and he saw them and he said, oh, I wonder if I could make something like that. So he borrowed one and took it out to his garage, and so this is what he came up with. This is a little bit smaller, the one that Sherry sent me, and these were made to be ornaments. I'm going to be cutting that string off the top of this one. And then this one is just slightly bigger, as you can see. But I love them both, and he did a fantastic job on that. It's a replica, just in a little bit bigger size. So if you put these right next to each other like that, you can see this one kind of sticks out a little bit further. But it's the same birdhouse nonetheless. So what I did here is I did already put this. This was a glass, from a glass salt and pepper shaker set. And so what I did was I did spray paint it white. I had two of them. I had the set, and I was trying to figure out what I wanted to do with them as salt and pepper shakers, and I just couldn't get happy about it or excited. So I decided, wouldn't those be pretty stands for my birdhouses? And I wanted to do a set of these. Well, not really a set, but I wanted to do two of these, one small one and one large one. So today I'm going to show you, really it's nothing to put this on here. I just used E6000 and then set it aside and let it dry. But I did, sorry, I'm just trying to get my E6000 here. So this is the glue that I used, and all I did was I took it and kind of found my center where I wanted the center to be, and it's easier if I kind of set this on top to see on both sides if it's in the right place. That's centered that way and centered that way. There we go. So that's exactly where I want this to go. So let me lay my E6000 down because I want to turn this upside down. Well, actually I don't yet. I want to get a pencil, and I'm going to mark. I need to move this one out of the way. I'm going to mark exactly where I have that salt shaker here, and I just want to mark around it so that I know where my center is. I kind of went off kilter there. Okay, let me get it back on there. I messed up. So there's my center and my center. Okay. So I'm just going to keep marking it. My pencil goes off the mark, and that's okay. I don't really care about that at the moment. I just want to get a basic circle that says, hey, this is your center. So right here is my center. Right there. So what I'm going to do is, my E6000 is oozing out of the container as we speak. I'm going to wipe that up real quick, and I'm going to take this, and I'm going to go around the edge of the bottle here. And I was going to go and buy the candlestick holders over at the Dollar Tree. And then when I was looking at these salt and pepper shakers one day, I thought, no, you know what? Those would be perfect as pedestals for the birdhouses I want to do, because I like the height of them. I like everything about them. So I'm just going to tip that upside down, or right side up, I should say. I'm going to put that in the middle. And all I'm going to do is I'm going to put this aside and I'm going to let it dry, making sure that I have it where I want it. I'm looking to see where my, okay, that's the seam on this. So that would put that sort of towards the back, which is great by me because there is no other seam going around this. So that's perfect. So I'm just going to take this, I'm going to press it down, and I'm going to put it back behind everything else and let it sit for 24 hours and just dry. So this is the one we're going to do today. And I just want to read real quick. Let me read a quick inspirational quote, so to speak. It says, attitude is a choice, happiness is a choice, optimism is a choice, kindness is a choice, giving is a choice, respect is a choice. Whatever choice you make makes you. Choose wisely. I love that. I really, really, really love that. I read that this morning and I thought that couldn't be more true. I just thought that was spot on. Here's another one that's pretty good. It says, do something today that your future self will thank you for. Wow. Yeah, I need to start thinking more about that because, you know, we're always saying, everyone I know is always saying, hindsight is 20/20. Wish I knew now what I knew, you know, I wish I knew then what I know now, and I would change things. Well, as we're living our lives, we do know what's going on in our lives right now. And as we get older, life really gets harder. And as we get in our golden years, it gets even harder. I didn't think that was going to happen. I thought it was going to get better. And it didn't get easier. It just got harder and harder as life goes on. So we gotta remember that. Here's what I'm going to do. I've got some cutouts of my favorite flowers. These are on rice paper. My friend Sherry sent a couple of sheets of these to me. And they're just the little baby ones, but that's okay. And I'm going to use those to put on my little house here. So I'm just putting some Mod Podge on here. I've got a little cup that I poured my Mod Podge in. This is the gloss Mod Podge. You don't have to use gloss. Usually I use matte, but I just grabbed this one and I'm just going to go with it. What I might do is I might paint over more of this with the Mod Podge, just so that my surface is all the same. Or I might just use a coat of resin over the outside of this. I really like the way that resin covers. It gives it a look of almost porcelain, and I think this would be absolutely gorgeous if it had that porcelain look. So I'm just going to take this edge and I'm folding it over the corner here. There's not really anything on this side with that is really flowers, but that's okay. I just want it to naturally sort of go around that corner. Trying to see, am I going to like that? I'm just realizing that rice paper, for some reason I was thinking it was going to kind of melt into it more than it is, and it's really not. Oh well, I've already started going with it. We're going to go ahead and go for it here. What the heck, why not? We'll just see how it turns out. So I should have torn these probably instead of cutting, but I don't know why. I thought that the rice paper was going to be different than the napkins. I don't know why. I'm trying to tear this other one that I've got in my hand. It doesn't tear well. I'm sure if I had wetted the rice paper, it probably would do better. But, oh well. That's okay. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put this piece coming off of this other one. So I hope everybody is doing well on this beautiful day. You know, it took me forever. I just finished another video and I was doing a altered watch tutorial. And you know, I probably shouldn't have even started another video because I felt like I just wasn't, things weren't working the way I wanted them to work on that either. I do have that done and it's beautiful. But I feel like I just wasn't completely excited about it when I got it done. But I think I'm going to love it more as I I have to pull some clamps off of it and stuff still. So it's got clamps on it and it's being held together and drying right now. But it's done. And I'm sure I'll love it. And I loved it the other day when I was almost done with it. I don't know what happened to me today, between yesterday and today. Probably just my attitude, maybe. So this piece I'm gonna put right over here. And yes, I did tear it around the edges. And it does definitely make a difference to tear those edges. So I should have known. I took the shortcut and I fussy cut around it, and that was not the way to go. Actually, I feel like this is the one I was going to put on that side. Oh, it's very hard to tear though, and I don't have water here to make it easier. All right. I feel a little frustrated with myself right now. Okay, that's all right. We're gonna do just fine. I just wanted to take my scissors and snip at the bottom of this just a little bit. Okay. It does look very beautiful though. Look at that. It's gorgeous. These are all my little torn off little pieces here. And then I'm going to see how I can tear these a little bit so that they will also look a little bit better. But it really, if you're trying to tear in a certain direction, it does not want to tear. I'm not making it happy right now. but I'm also trying to keep it so that I'm not tearing into the flowers. So, okay, let's see, do we want to put a piece? I don't feel like I want to put any more on the front. However, I did want to put one of these on there initially. I'm not positive now if I want to do that. I'm not going to worry about that right now. Right now, I'm going to just worry about the birdhouse. I'm going to put one of these coming around this corner like that. So let's go ahead and get this one on. I know I've got a teeny tiny brush that I'm using, you guys, but I actually wanted to use a little brush to do this with, because these are the tiny images, and I just felt like I could control it maybe a little bit better if I used a small brush. So there we go. So there's that one. I do want to put a piece on the other side, so I've got this one that I've already torn. I'm going to put this one right here. Again, sort of coming from the front corner. And brushing out. And it's nice because this rice paper is not crinkling whatsoever, so I'm really liking that. I've never used rice paper to do decoupage with before, so this is kind of a first for me. All right, so we've got that, and then I've got two more pieces, and I'm going to tear these and try and make the sides look a little bit better. Man. Okay, so that should be okay. And I'm just going to come out with another set. Maybe just go I don't know if I like that or not. Yeah, I think I'm going to leave it just like that. And I'm going to have other embellishments and things going on this as well. So it should turn out really, really nice. Just want to tear this bottom piece just a little bit. Oopsie. Look what I did. Okay. Now we kind of need to do the same thing on this side. So I'll just take this piece and we'll just kind of come off of there with that one. And again, we're going to attempt to tear it nicely without tearing into the flowers. And I've got a couple more little edges that I want to get, and then I'm going to go ahead and get my Mod Podge. And add this one coming right out from there. And they do kind of melt right into each other when you overlap it like that, so that's kind of nice. It looks like it's one cohesive piece. So I do like that with the rice paper, and I do like so far with the rice paper, and actually it doesn't look so bad now that the Mod Podge has sort of dried a bit. Okay, so I'm going to put that aside, and what I want to do is I think I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to get this piece sort of done the way that I want it. And then I'll work, I do like that around there. And I think this is where I always say I wish you guys could talk to me and talk me through what I want to put in different places, because sometimes I just can't decide. Let's see. I think I am going to use this down here. I'm just trying to see, does it go? Or is that too baby pink? I feel like it doesn't go, you guys. I can't do it. I have this, and this is not a baby pink, so this might be the better alternative. Plus, it's not super crazy, you know, as far as colors and things like that. Also, I have this little heart here that would be cute in the middle of that. Or I could go in the realm of using more shabby colors, but I think I'm going to stay with the whites on this one. I do have this. I think that's a little too thin. Hold on just a second, you guys. Okay, so what we're going to do, we are going to use this down here. So I'm going to start on the back side with this. Cut off that edge there. And get that piece of glue off of there. Isn't it so nice that I have a new glue gun to use, you guys? It's not all gooky and messy. It's so nice. And I'm just going to take and put a few droplets of glue on a couple of those roses. And very gently I'm going to go around and get these on there. Right down the middle. And you guys can see how well that house is stuck to the pedestal with that E6000. It will not easily come off of there for sure, because here's the thing. I made some huge oh gosh, what do you call them? I can't think of the word. The jars that you use to put candy in at like baby showers and stuff. What do you call those? Oh my goodness, I can't think of it. Anyway, I'll think of it at some point during the video. And I know you're all shouting at me. So, anyway, I made some of those. And like, I'm talking enormous ones. One that was probably, oh, 30 inches tall. Heavy, heavy, heavy. And I attached it to one of those glass candlestick holders from the Dollar Tree, and it stuck like no tomorrow. And honestly, years later, I went to disassemble it, and it took everything I had to get that jar off of that pedestal. So it worked really, really well. It's just easier for me to get in here and just attach this glue to directly to the pedestal rather than the roses, because I'm working so close to the top there. It's hard to get in there. And we'll wind our last flower around. And there we go. That's what I got left. It's okay, I'll use it for something for sure. Okay, and then we're going to take this little piece of an applique, and we're going to put that right here in the center. So I'm going to start by gluing this piece on right here and get it exactly where I want it, right there. And honestly, I wish I had done this or noticed this beforehand. I do want to cut this one leaf off of here because it's cut, and we don't want it like that. Okay, and then we'll just take and start attaching this end. Like that. And then we'll get these edges. And then we've got this little bit up at the top here. There we go. And that looks really pretty on there. Isn't that pretty? And then I was thinking I'd like to put something in the center of it. I was looking at this, but the more I look at that, it just overtakes the applique. So I don't want to do that. Possibly, if I cut this piece out, this is too big in and of itself, but and don't ask me why I'm using these scissors, because they don't cut for anything. And just put that little piece there on the center, and I do like that a lot. Just across that little flower part of the applique. So that looks really, really pretty. Okay, then I'm going to take, you know, I've got 1,000,001 flowers over here, and there we go. I knew I had some of these over there. And I feel like I want to put one more of that color flower down at this end. Doesn't that look pretty? I think that definitely has to go there. I'm glad I remembered I had those out. Those were actually for my altered watches, but that's okay. I can cut a new one out for that. I think I actually have 2 or 3 of them over there, so we're good. Okay. There we go. So far, so good, right? I think it looks really, really pretty. I was looking at this and I was thinking, oh, something like that would be so pretty across there, but then it just kind of covers up the whole front of the birdhouse, so that won't work. Although it would be pretty, for sure. What I think I want to do, I do have some of this, and I was thinking about putting that there, but then I'm going to cover up this beautiful pedestal, so we're not going to do that. We're not going to use that. Let's see what I'm looking for. Here we go. I think this is what we're going to use. I do want to put something around this edge. And I had this out and I was thinking that would be very pretty right around that edge. So I think that's what we're going to do there. So we've got our edge right there that we want to do. And now we need to put something around the roof. And I had a couple of ideas. You know, I did do this on my roof of my other birdhouse. I think it's too big for this, however. But we're gonna figure that out. I do also have this, and I wish I had a piece to go around the whole thing, but I could just have this going across the front. And I think that would be very pretty. I'm just going to take a gander at it real quick because it doesn't cover up the beautiful pedestal. I'm going to put that aside and we'll think about that. Part of me thinks it's not full enough to do that. So here's what I'm thinking. We've got this pretty... I thought I dumped resin out. We have this pretty ruffle that I got. It's a teeny tiny eensy weensy. I got this from my friend Robin, and it's an eensy weensy ruffle. I think it's probably in total from top to bottom about a little more than well, maybe it's a ½ inch. I think it's about a ½ inch top to bottom. But I thought that would be pretty going around there. But I also had thought it would be pretty going around the roof. Like this. So that's what I'm not sure about. I also have some of this pretty applique that I was considering using somewhere, maybe across the top of the roof. I just don't, I hate to use this one because then I'm covering up all of those pearls and stuff once I start adding too many flowers and things. But I'm going to try not to go overboard on the flowers on this one. So that's a possibility. I've got this beautiful applique as a possibility. I don't know that I want to cover that up any more than the other one. I could take a piece of this and just sort of use some of that to go across the roof. And another way we could go would be to just use a couple of doilies. You know, going over the roof like that. But then we kind of would need either white or sort of this pink, a pink color. I'm not feeling the pink. Here's a white doily. Or I could take it just like that. And that looks very cute. Here's some little off-white ones. Nah, I don't feel those. Let's see. I also have some very shabby lace. We could go with a shabby lace, but then I'm gonna have to cut that all up, and I don't really want to do that either. Oh, and I have this. This is a piece that came to me. It was an applique that had flowers and stuff on it, and it was a little bit too built up for me, but I did take the flowers off and use them. And this actually looks very pretty, and I've got this little blank space that would be awesome for some of my flowers. So I think we're gonna do it. We're just gonna go for it with this one. Okay, so the direction we are going to go with this is that we are going to use this pretty ruffle to go around the roof like this. So we're just going to go ahead and start getting that on there. And I'm going to start on the front this time, just going up to the pitch of the roof with that first little bit. Press it on, and you just go around the entire roof with this little ruffle. I could just do that. Let me see. I don't know that I want to take any of it to the back of the birdhouse. I feel like I'm being wasteful when I do that because nobody's going to look at the back, but I will go across the sides like this. And that way, at least I've got the sides covered. Okay. And then we will cut this off right here. This is a funny little lace. It's really cute, but it's just little strings in this section. It's not organza like you would think. It's just little strings going across from here to here. It's the strangest lace I've ever seen, I think. I've never seen anything like it. And again, we'll start at the pitch of the roof and come down. And I'm not enjoying that being there, or that. So we'll cut those little extra bits off. And then we'll just go right around the roof here. And all the way to the back. And I feel like I need to go check on my dog. I'll be right back. Okay, so we've got that part done, and it looks adorable. And you can see, I'm trying to not take this so heavy with the decorations. It will have a lot of flowers, and the roof will be the most decorated part. but I don't want to go overboard on the rest of it. Now what I do need to figure out though is, do I want to use this just across the front, or should I do the same thing and come down the sides with this? And I feel like I do need to go down the sides with this as well. So that's what we're going to do. I'm going to start from this back edge. I need to cut this one little bit off because it really belongs to the next piece, not to this one. Okay, make sure I've got the front coming to the front. All right, we're just gonna go ahead and we're gonna put our Gorilla hot glue right across there. And no, I'm not sponsored by Gorilla hot glue, but I should be. At this point, I use it so much. Okay. And I'm trying not to pull this too tightly because I want it to look like it's laying naturally. That was my dog. If you heard her snorting at the door, she's trying to make sure I'm still here. She was outside in the backyard actually when I went and checked on her, so I figured she was okay for a minute anyway. I caught her a little bit ago. She had gotten to my water bottles because they're down where she can reach them. And she had a water bottle outside. Oops, I didn't have enough glue to go all the way across. She had a water bottle outside and was tearing it apart. So I had to go out there and take that away from her and scold her just a little bit. Just a little bit, not much. I don't scold very good. But we are trying to teach her, you know, not to take things like that and tear them up. But she's still a baby. She's only 7 months old. So we have to remember that. Hi, Holly. She just walked into my craft room, and here she comes around the table. If you're going to come right here, you have to sit down. Yes, you have to sit down. Sit down. Good girl. Good girl. Oh, now everybody's going to listen to you wag your tail. No, no. Don't be trying to bite anything or chew things up. You guys, she's so enormous. And this spot back here is so small. Hi, sweetie. Oh, hi, sweetie. No, 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 no. You can't climb up there. All right, you guys, I'll be right back. Okay, I just took her out and got her a treat and told her I'm almost done. Not that that means anything to her, but it does to me. I really like this lace. Debbie over at Bird's Place sent it to me. But I think if I took it like there, it would be overdone. It might be pretty, though, to take a piece and just sort of go around this bit right here. I'll think about that. Okay, because I still have a bow and stuff that I need to put there. Okay, now we're gonna pop it up this way. We are going to use this piece of applique, and this was a handmade one. This is one that Gail sent me. Like I said, it had flowers and stuff in it, but I used the flowers for something else. And kept this portion so that I could do something with it. Holly, Just a minute, sweetie. Mom will be out in a minute. I'm almost done. I don't know if I love that hanging over there. I might cut that off. It's a little too much. Okay. On this side, I'm going to just kind of push it back a little bit. For the same reason, I don't want too much hanging over the front end there. And we've still got our flowers that are going to go on here. So that's what that looks like so far. Not much. Doesn't look like much of nothing. But it will in a minute. And yeah, I gotta do something with this leaf here. I think I'll just tuck it back and glue it down. Just like that. And then I had another piece of something here. And this was not it. I think it was this that I was thinking I could kind of add to this side to kind of finish it off over here, so that that side has a little bit of something pretty hanging over as well. Just like that. Okay. The only thing I do not have for this is I do not have a little bird, and I feel like it really, really, really needs a bird. So I'm not sure what I'm going to do about that. I have birds, but nothing small enough. This one needs a very small bird, like the one that was in my big birdhouse that I recently did. But I don't have any like that, so I have to figure out where I can find a little bitty bird. And once I get these flowers on, this is going to look so pretty. Oh my goodness. And I do like that one there. Right there. And we'll take that one around the corner there. Just like that. And I have a little cherry blossom. I have only one little cherry blossom, so I'm going to find a good, sweet place for that to go. That looks good right there. Needed a little bit of glue to the inside of that because it was starting to come apart. Just a minute, Holly. Be patient. This is a different kind of a cherry blossom, but a cherry blossom. A little white one. And let's see, I have some little tiny flowers here that I want to use, sort of coming out from... I had another white one here. I don't know what I did with it. Oh, here it is. It had a stem. That's why I was like, okay, where's the little white one with the stem? And I'm going to put that one in right there. And this rosebud right in there behind it. Or in front of it, I should say. There we go. And I have a little pink flower here that I'm gonna tuck in there as well. Wanted to have some tiny flowers kind of coming towards the front. I got this little bitty pink one. think I'm going to need one more white flower. Not those. There we go. One of my little foam flowers. These foam flowers are so awesome because you can fill them in and use them anywhere. My friend Deanna sent me a whole bunch of them. And I love the way they are made because it's like a rose bud. Not, you know, not a rose, but it's a big rose bud. It's not teeny tiny. Okay, we're going to put one of those right there too. Because we do need something coming down the side of this. And that poor little pearl is just covered in glue. Okay. Just going through my flowers here to see if there's anything else that I need to throw in there. I have a white ribbon flower that I think might be pretty between these two other flowers on the pedestal, and it does. It looks really good. Kind of helps break it up. And I feel like I need to go check on my dog again because I hear her scratching at something, and I'm guessing it might be those water bottles again. I tucked them up higher, but nothing is out of her reach. Nothing is out of her reach in this house at all. She can reach just about everything because she's that big, you guys. She weighs, I would guess now, we had her weighed at the vet and she was 65 pounds when we had to take her in recently. And my guess is she's at about 70 now. I mean, she has just grown that fast. It's nuts. She's just so precious, you guys. I'm so glad that I have her. I'm going to put this one back here. And I know it's a beigey color, but I kind of feel like I want something that color in there. Okay, that looks absolutely gorgeous. And then I do have a couple of little flowers that my friend Robin sent me. Oh, let me show you guys. I forgot. I didn't show you guys. She sent me, and these you can get on Temu because I've seen them. I just haven't ordered them because I wasn't sure what they were going to look like. And Robin sent me some, and I got really excited when I saw them because they're actually quite pretty. And they're little clusters of roses, acrylic. Look at those. Aren't they cute? So these are going to be cute in a lot of my little stuff, and I can't believe I wasn't thinking about that when I was doing the watch that I did. But I do want to see, it might be too small for this, but it might be cute, like, no, I think they're just too small for this. Okay, let's get this done now. I had to put the dog outside for a few minutes, so she's hanging out there. Let's see. Do I need anything else on here? That is not going to go on the roof there. Okay, I do like that there. right there. Okay, so that part is done. I do have to do a bow. Oh, I was thinking about putting maybe a couple of these little gold flowers in a couple of spots. I think I'm going to do that because I think it'll just kind of highlight the whole thing. And since there's only these 3 little flowers, I figured why not? They need a home. Put one there. Because there is some gold shimmer in that applique as well. So this will just kind of enhance the gold that's already in there. Just like that. And let's see, we've got one more little piece. I need to cut some of the mesh off this one. Okay, and then let's see. Yeah, I kind of like it right there. So I'm just going to put a little bit of glue on that. Pop it right up under there. And there we go. A little bit of gold there, and there. I think that looks nice. Okay, I also had a piece of this I could throw in there somewhere, but I don't know if that's not going to make or break it, so we're not going to do that. What if I was to put, I am going to do this. I'm going to cut a couple of these dangles off, and I should have put some glue behind that first. Right there, so that the thread doesn't come loose. And I'm going to do that on these other ones as well. Get them on the back side. Okay. I try to do that when I get these strings of pearl dangles, because then I know as I cut them, if I'm not thinking, that they're not going to come apart, because I've already done my due diligence and got them stuck to it. And I'm not too worried about seeing the glue right here, so I'm just dabbing it on each little spot here as I go. 2 more to go. All right. So this first one I already did. I'm going to cut off some of this ribbon around the edge there. And I'm going to put one back on this side. Just a little bit of glue. And pop that ribbon up underneath. Right there. Just so that I've got a couple of them. I just want to have a couple of them just sort of hanging off of there. Give it a little bit more interest. But yet not crazy, you know, not overly done. Okay. So, I'm going to put one right there. Just like that. Okay, I don't want any hanging down the front. I just kind of want them coming down off the sides in a couple spots. Just using my fingernail and stuffing it up under a little piece wherever I decide to have it poking out. And I got one more. Let's see, maybe this one will go sort of to the back here, right there. And I know that's kind of in the back, but that's okay. I need to have some sort of interest to the back. And then I've also got these little charms. This one I put on this pin, say it's got a faith charm, and then a little clock, and then protected. And the other one says believe, and a little clock, and hope. So I think that I'm going to use this one that's in my hand, and I'm going to hang that off of the roof right there. I'm just going to find a piece of lace to poke that through. And hook it up. And just like that. So that's just sort of hanging right off the front of the house there. A little something different. You guys know I like to do something a little bit different with my stuff, so it's probably something you won't see on someone else's birdhouse, but you'll see it on mine. All right, now I want to put a couple of flowers down in here. So let's see, which ones do we want to use? Oh, I've also got this pretty thing, but that doesn't go. Wrong motif. Okay, let's see. I think I have some white flowers that I cut off of a applique. These here. I might take one of those and sort of fold it over like that, and then put some flowers behind or in front of it. I think I am going to use this one. So alright, so we're just going to put a little bit of glue right there. And pop that down just like that. And then grab a couple of our other flowers over here. Nothing too big. See, if I was to go with like that one, that's way too big. I've got some of the cherry blossoms, and I've got a couple that are a little bit louder pink. I don't really want to do that. So let's see. Jeff just let Holly in the house. So now she's going to be mad at me because I put her out and he let her in. So I'm going to be in trouble. I'll be in the doghouse now. Oh well. I didn't want to leave her out for very long anyway because she didn't do anything wrong. She was just getting restless and I knew it was about to happen. Okay, so we'll go there. And that one there. And we've got a couple of these very pretty pale pink little flowers. We'll put that one there. And let's see if I have a white one. I think I want a white flower. Yes. And I think that one is going to go right there. Yes. And then maybe we need one more coming out off to the side. Yep. And that will take care of that. And then we need a lace bow to put on here somewhere. And I think we're going to be done, you guys. Awesome. Okay. Oh, I had more of these. See, I had one that was in one whole piece. But I only needed one. So, because I only wanted that small bunch of flowers there. Okay, bow. So, here's what we're going to do. I have to decide which lace I want to use here. Or maybe use a couple of them. Okay, I've got this lace, which is really pretty. But I feel like maybe what I'll do is I think I'm going to cut this down the middle because I want sort of a thin bow. I don't want a thick, heavy bow. And I'm going to do one of my usual ones, and then we'll make sure that we have some tassels to kind of hang as the tail. Just need to make sure I have a big enough piece because we're going to loop, 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 three loops of bow. So I have to make sure that I have enough, and then whatever's left over we can use sort of as the tails or what have you. Or we can use it in something else. Yeah, I might as well finish going down the whole thing. I've only got about 12 more inches left. So alright. And then I have this other lace as well. So I'm thinking maybe what I'll do is take, this is a little bit bigger, and then this is what we just cut off. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to do this one first. So I'm just going to take it and loop it. And three loops per side. Okay. And then I'm going to cut that off right there. And I will just take a small piece of the other one that we just made, or that we just cut in half. If I could get this other piece of lace off of there, and we're just going to use a little piece of this to tie around the center of our bow. I know I'm not using my wire, but I don't have any white wire, and I don't want the green showing through. And it will show through on this because it's a very sheer lace. And I'm just trying to bunch this up the right way so that and it didn't do it. Okay, so we've got that part. Now we're going to take this other piece that we cut off, and we're going to kind of do the same thing here, only we've got a nice thin sweet bow here. And again, 3 loops. And we'll cut it right there. And take a piece of this and just tie it off. And yes, this is a pain. And you guys, the wire does work really, really well, and I'm doing this only because this is such a sheer lace, and I don't want it, I don't want the green from my wires to show through, and that's the only color wires I have. I have no white wires. Okay. Oopsie. What did I just do? Where's the other end of this guy? No. And again, I'm pulling the wrong one. Where is it? There it is. It looked like this one looked like it belonged to the bow, so I kept going for the other one because it looked like it should be the one I was tying a knot in. Okay. And let's see. One, two, three. Okay, so we have our 2 bows here. We're gonna just tie, or we're gonna glue this one to the center of this one. Just put a little bit of glue there and pop that in the middle. Try and press it down and flatten it out a little bit. Just like that. And we've got a gorgeous, gorgeous bow. Isn't that beautiful? And then I want to put a tiny flower in the middle of that. Let's see. I could use one of these. Nah, I don't want to use that. Let's see. It's just one teeny tiny one that you can barely see, or I can use one of my paper roses, one of my old faithfuls, and just put that in the middle of it. And I think that's what we'll go ahead and do. Just go with the old faithful, or I could have gone with the rhinestone piece in the center too, but I really kind of wanted to use a flower. Okay, so now we just need to place our bow in the perfect spot. It looks pretty back there, but I usually like to bring them more sort of towards the front middle, like that. That looks really, really pretty. Or we can go back here, and that also looks very pretty, but it seems to get lost back there. We could even take it and do something different and put our bow there. Or, I'm really planning on putting a bow down there anyway, so. Alright, here's what we're going to do. We're going to put it right here in the middle of the roof. I'm going to pull these flowers, this little flower here, up where I can, where it's not glued down. Pull it up. Pop some glue right in the middle there. And guys, don't be afraid to go between your flowers like this. It's okay to do this. It's okay if some of your flowers are a little bit less seen than they were before. You can still see all the flowers here. They're still all visible. They're just encased in a precious, very lacy, soft bow. And that's what that looks like. Isn't that gorgeous? So I do have, let me see here, you guys. I do have a couple of little teeny tiny birds here somewhere that I took out for my watch charms. I just remembered I have them out. Sorry for the noise. Debbie sent these to me from Bird's Place, and they're just little teeny tiny birds, rhinestone birds. And actually, it would look cute sitting up here with the flowers, or down here on the perch. And I'm thinking probably the perch is, or I could even have it coming out of the entryway hole right here. I don't know. I'm not sure. I'm not sure I love it any place. It's just not my, I don't know. It's not doing it for me. I don't like it. I mean, I like the bird, but I don't like it in this. So, one thing that I do have here too is I've got some of my teeny tiny butterflies. I'm going to see if I have a pink one here. Let's see. That's not pink. I have a little blue one. These little teeny tiny butterflies. They are nail charms, and I do have to cut off the, because these you can use to hang, you know, as dangles on something or whatever. They have that little loop on them. I could have a butterfly just kind of sitting on the perch there, trying to get into the birdhouse. I mean, it'd be cute. I know it's not a bird. Okay. I do love these butterflies, though. They are very, very pretty. She would probably be better suited up here in the flowers. And then I will just continue looking to try and find a bird to put on the perch. Meanwhile, we have a beautiful butterfly sitting right there. And there's my dog. She wants to come in, and she can't yet. She can't come in yet. Okay, and now we're going to do, if I can find the end of this lace, we're going to do a bow for the pedestal. And this we're just using the one lace for. I'm trying to think, do I want to go with just two? I think I'm only going to go with two loops on this one. Okay, and then I'll just use some of this thin lace again to tie around the outside, and I'm just going to kind of scrunch that so that it does it the right way. Hold it, and then I'll tie it, and hopefully I'll have the right look on the front. Because I want to have that little dimple on the front. I don't want to have it roll around and just look like weird on the front side. Okay, so there we go. We've got it kind of crunched up in the middle there, which is what I want. Pull that one down, and pull that one down, and that one down, and that one down. And we'll just keep those other two little pieces dangling on that. Why not? Okay. And then maybe on this one, we can go with something different in the center. Let's see, what do we have here? Trying to see what I have out. You know what would be pretty hanging from this too? I have one of my butterflies. That would be gorgeous on there. I might have to try that. Let's see. I have my little golden white roses here that might be pretty. Let's see, which way does this go? It goes this way. Okay. It doesn't really show up though. Oh, I could possibly use one of these flowers. These are a little bit bigger, but they are very pretty. Something like that. And then, because this is going to go at the top of the pedestal. Let's see. I feel like I need something flowery again. I just feel the need. That is very pretty, but yet it's not too overpowering. Has a little bit of pink in it, and it's a little bit bigger flower, but it's very lacy. This is just one with some stamens popping out of it. You can see I've got glue stuck all over my nails here. Ah, there was a pink butterfly. That's okay. I really kind of like that blue one in there. Let's see. Or do I want to go with just another... one of those to kind of match the applique down here. I kind of think that goes better than any of the other ones. So we're just going to take this, and I've got that trim on there already, so I can just glue that bow to that trim, and it should stick very well. Add those too. Nope. I need to throw those flowers all back in their little bucket. Okay. And then this is going to go just right in the center of that bow. Right there. And it looks absolutely stunning. And I think, honestly, here's what I'm going to do, you guys. Oh, and I wanted to see what would that look like hanging from like one side of this. Isn't that beautiful? I'm going to just stand it up real quick, and I'm going to look at it myself. And if it's overwhelmingly gorgeous, then I may just go ahead and use this on this birdhouse. And it absolutely is overwhelmingly gorgeous on there. So, honestly, what I can do is I can hang it right there on that lace, because it's still got the earring backing. I just looped it so that I could hang it from whatever it was that I put it on. And it looks absolutely gorgeous. And it's a blue butterfly, so it goes good with the blue butterfly up here in the house as well. So I like that. I don't have these in any other color. But here's what we're going to do first, you guys. I have to do this because I feel like I need to cover, especially where I didn't tear that particular flower or that particular part of the rice paper. So we are going to take and we are going to add a layer of resin to at least the front of this house. We may not go around to all sides, but the front, I will probably go around all sides of it, just because it needs to be the same all the way around in my eyes. But for now, we'll just do the front, and that way I can show you how gorgeous it's going to look. It's going to look like porcelain, like the whole house is just porcelain. Having to put this resin on there makes it a little more expensive, but totally worth it. But I'm trying to do this quickly so that I can get it cured before it starts to run down the side of the house. And I want to get it so that it looks nice and smooth. And that's not always easy because you can't really see when you're going against something that's kind of white and light background. It's really, really hard to see if you got all of the spots. But you don't want to miss any spots, because then you'll have those little dips in your resin and it won't look good. Don't want to get that in the resin. Okay, now I'm just getting a view over all of this, and then I'm going to take my torch. This one always takes a few times to light. There we go. We've got our torch lit, and I'm just going to go over that resin to get rid of any bubbles that are in it as best I can without hitting the ribbon that's up there, because if I hit this ribbon, it's just going to shrivel up and it will be no more. So let's see. I'm trying to see if I see any spots whatsoever that are not covered. And I do see one spot. It's not really that it's not covered, but it's not as covered. And I want it to all look the same. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to drizzle a little more resin right there. And that just went right into place. All right. Now, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to set this down. No, I'm going to put it right over here where I keep my UV light. I'm going to turn my light on and I'm going to get this going right now because I have to hold it up at least for a few minutes or a few seconds until it starts to cure. I have to hold it up so that it's level and flat. And I will be doing all 4 sides of this house. There. Okay. See my little coffee cup? I used my rub-ons on that too. I love it. It's so old. I bought these. These are little plastic ones that I bought at the Dollar Tree 10 years ago. And I'm still using them. They are my favorite coffee cups because I have a little... in my couch we have the cup holders. Yeah, we have one of those old reclining couches and chairs. I know everybody's probably saying, oh Lord, but we like them. They're comfortable, and we can put our drinks in there, but the cup holders only hold certain drinks, certain size cups, and those cups are absolutely perfect for that. And I've just gotten so used to using it and using those cups that now I keep buying new ones to replace them, and I don't replace them because I don't like them as well. And so, yeah, I keep those old ones. All right, hold on a minute, you guys. I'm going to get this done and be right back. Okay, you guys, so we got this finished. Here's what I had to do while you guys were gone. I finished putting the resin on the house. You can see by looking at it. It looks very much like porcelain now. I did that around the main part of the house. I even did it on the back, you'll see. And I also did what I would call the porch, the ledge. So I did that all the way around, and I did the house all the way around. That was the way that I felt that I could make it all sort of match up and do what it needed to do to look its best. In doing so, here's what happened. Resin got on the lace that was underneath this layer, and it darkened it, and it made it not look right. And there were certain spots where it was that way. And so all I did was I took a new piece of lace and I glued it right over the top of the other one in the same location that each leaf and curl and everything was in. So I tried to match it up as best I could. You can see that it's sort of doubled there. It doesn't look bad. Actually, it looks kind of good because it has more of a full effect. So I won't say a happy accident because I never like to have to use more product than I intended to. However, happy accident in that it looks very full and very beautiful. So I'm not hurt. My feelings are not hurt about that at all. So, and then we added this gorgeous, gorgeous butterfly. I'm going to try and get that up closer so you guys can really see it. It's an organza butterfly. And These are earrings that Temu sells, and I got a set of the earrings in Happy Mail, and look at how beautiful that is. And when I put the pictures up, you guys, you'll be able to see it even better. I'm gonna see if turning off my lights doesn't help you just a little bit, because yeah, sometimes you can see things better in a darker setting, and you can definitely. So that is what that butterfly looks like. It is absolutely gorgeous. It's got all these beautiful dangles hanging off of it. And when you see the still photos of this at the end, so make sure you stay tuned for those still photos, you are going to fall in love with this. So, yeah. So anyway, I just want to say thank you all for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. And I will be doing another one when I do the smaller house, probably. Other than that, you know, I might just go ahead and do it off camera and, you know, do it on my own time. I don't know. We'll see. Depends on if I feel like I need to do the same thing twice, really, because that's all that is I'm doing the same thing, but I'm doing it twice. Ooh, that looks pretty on the front. I think I'm going to add that gorgeous leaf. In fact, that's why I took it out, was to add it to this. But anyway, it just turned out amazing, and I'm super happy that I did the tutorial on this one. And I hope you guys liked it. So, just remember, you guys, you are all amazing, and I hope you guys will try something like this. You know, you can get the little birdhouses a lot of times at Michael's on sale, or you can get them on Amazon. You can get them pretty much anywhere. Just to grab a birdhouse or two and do something like this would be a lot of fun for you. Anybody who is interested in this one, you can purchase it in my Etsy shop if you'd like. It will be posted there. A lot of these things, depending on what it is, some of these things go so fast, you guys, there's no way you even have a chance when someone else sees it and goes and grabs it right away. Some of them will go and grab it before they even finish watching the video, just because they want that piece. So it does happen quite often, actually. But if you are interested, just head on over to my Etsy shop. I'll have this one. I will have others. I've got a couple more that I'm going to be working on that are the smaller ones. I've got the one that I just glued up today, which is a smaller house, but it's on the same pedestal. I'll only have the two that will be on these pedestals because I only had the salt and pepper shaker. So just know that. The ones after that, I will have to find a different pedestal to put it on, or put them on. No big deal. I'm sure I'll find something beautiful. So it's not going to be detrimental to the piece at all. But anyway, you guys, I hope you liked this. God bless you all, and have a wonderful, wonderful day. And I will see you in the next video. Take care of yourselves. Be safe. Be well. Love your family. Hug them often. Tell them you love them every day if you can. And you are amazing. And don't let anybody tell you different, okay? Keep hope alive, you guys. Be safe. Be blessed. Bye-bye. Stay tuned for pictures on the back end.